to show you a few things about sharing your Chromebook screen to your BenQ board with or without logging in with your BenQ NFC card. So I'm going to set this down, not going to log in with it, and I'm on my Android screen right here, and I'm going to click the pink connection button. And with that pink connection button, you have your inputs, Android and HDMI 1. HDMI 1 is your Chromebox. You'll also have a new button this year that says InstaQ Share. When you press that InstaQ Share button, you can access settings about your board, which you'll also see more about in the next step with this setting gear. You can also check the name of your board if your name is not displayed, and you can change the name of your board to make it more easily distinguishable from other boards in your building. You can enable a passcode on your board, in which it will show up in the upper right hand corner, or you can disable that passcode, and then you will be able to allow or deny anybody that tries to share with your board. So we will leave the settings just like this and take a look at what happens when you mirror to your board. On my Chromebook, I am going to click my BenQ InstaShare app button, which you'll learn how to find that in a future step. And I am searching for the name of my board. My board has my classroom teacher's name on it, so I'm going to connect to this board. And I'm going to click Start Casting. And you can see that right now the screen is asking me to allow permission. So I'll allow and click Share on my Chromebook. And now you can see there are lots of me. I'm sharing my Chromebook screen right to my BenQ screen. I'm going to click Stop Sharing. And in the next section of the video, you will learn more about changing the name of your board, and you'll learn more about why you might want to use your cards to adjust your personal settings on your board as well. When you first are logging in, you might be logging into your Chromebox and see this screen, which is in HDMI 1. We're going to go back into the Android screen by swiping up. I'm going to tap Android, and I've got my BenQ card. If you haven't received your card yet, contact your tech coach. I'm going to hold my BenQ card right up here to the NFC reader, right there. I'm going to hold the card, not swipe the card. And once the circle starts spinning around, you know that your card is being read, and your name will show up in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. This is the place where you can also change your personal settings, your brightness and your volume. You can only do that when you're logged in with your card. If I want to change the name of my board to make it easier for mirroring my Chromebook to my board, I'm going to click on the four squares, which is our app selector. And you're going to want to look for the InstaShare app. It is purple on this board. I've seen it pink on other boards. I'm going to not just click on this, but I'm actually going to take and drag it onto my screen. That way it will be there anytime I log in with my card, and I don't need to go find it anywhere. Now I'm going to show you how to change the name of your board. I'm going to open up InstaShare, and within that board, we're going to look for the settings gear. I click that settings gear, and this is a place where you can rename your board. There's some important settings on this area. So you can rename your board right here. You can require a password to get into your board. This toggle switch is whether to show the connecting window up here or not. So if I toggle this off, the password and the name of the board goes away. If I toggle it on, then it's back up there. This button at the bottom is very, very important. Confirm before mirroring. You want this button toggled on. If that button is toggled off, a student could mirror to your board without your permission and essentially take over your board. You want to have that toggled on. So I'm going to keep that on. To change the name, you're going to click on the pencil, and a keyboard will pop up, and you'll be able to type in whatever you want the board's name to be. So I'm going to delete the name of the board and I'm going to type in STEM because I'm in Shapiro's STEM room right now. Now, in order to keep that as the name of the board, because you can see it didn't change up there yet, I need to click on the check mark. So I'm going to click on the check mark, and now you can see the name of that board is changed. That's important because all of the boards, when students or you try to mirror, are going to show up as a number. And you'll have a lot of boards to choose from. If you change your board to a name, then it is easier to pick out of the select. I'd also like to show you within your BenQ InstaShare settings, you have the option to put it into presentation mode, in which everything will go into full screen. Or if I click on moderator mode or split screen, you could have multiple students sharing at the same time. If you click on the moderated split screen, you can see you've got a casting list that appears off to the side that tells who is connected. Right now there are 0 people connected. And the next section of the video, I will show you how to mirror your Chromebook and what it looks like when students mirror. Okay, now from the student side of things, if a student or you yourself want to project your Chromebook to your BenQ board, the first thing you're going to need to do is get the InstaShare app onto your Chromebook. When you click on the app launcher circle in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen and click that up arrow, you will find that if you scroll far enough, you are going to find that InstaShare right in your Chrome Web Store. And there it is right there. It doesn't look exactly the same as mine does, but when you click on it and it launches, this is what will pop up. I would recommend, if you plan on using this often, that you right-click on that InstaShare app and you pin it to your shelf so that it's always there. So now you can see in my InstaShare window, when yours pops up, it will first ask you to enter your name. And that's what would happen if you would use it with your students as well. And you can see that the board that I renamed STEM, which is this board right here, the board automatically popped up. Depending on your location in the building, you might have this whole screen popping up with names of boards. I'm going to connect to that STEM board, and you can see I have 2 choices. I can start casting, or I can screen mirror, which would mean whatever is up here is going to get mirrored to my Chromebook. I'm going to click Start Casting so you can see what happens on the BenQ board. When I click Start Casting, it's not going to cast my screen until I approve it. I need to select my screen, click the blue Share button. So now that I'm logged into my Chromebox, when I attempt to cast to that board, little pop-up right here at the bottom of the board asks me to deny or allow. And I've got about 10 seconds to accept that. I'm going to click allow. And now the screen is loading, but I need to select share on my screen in order for that to happen. So now that I've selected share, I'm broadcasting from my Chromebook onto the BenQ board. In order to stop sharing, I'm going to click on the time in the bottom right-hand corner of my Chromebook, and you'll see it tells me I'm sharing my screen, and I'm going to click stop. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your friendly tech coach. Have a great day.